Well, there's just under 3 hours now for that midnight deadline, and understandably there's quite a lot of media that's outside the former president's residence at this time at Nkandla in KwaZulu-Natal. And to give us a sense of what's happening there at the moment, we're now joined by our reporter Simphiwe Makhanya. Simphiwe, thanks very much indeed for joining us. What is happening right now?
Good evening to you, Peter. Well, as you rightfully put it there in your introduction, that it's just under 3 hours now, and the clock is ticking for the National Police Commissioner General Nkandla Sithole, as well as Police Minister Bheki Cele, to abide by that constitutional court order, which says that the former president must be arrested by midnight today if he does not hand himself over to law enforcement authorities. A short while ago, Peter, we saw 3 vehicles. They were not marked as police vehicles, but they entered the home of the former president. We could not see who was inside those vehicles, as it is dark now outside the home of the former president, but we can confirm that those vehicles were able to gain entry into the home of the former president. And as members of the media continue to wait anxiously outside the home of the former president to get a sense of what is going to be unfolding in the next 3 hours, as of course that deadline is edging closer and closer, Peter.
All right. Apart from those 3 vehicles that you saw go in, have there been other movements in and out of the homestead?
Nothing much, Peter, except perhaps to say that since the early hours of the morning we have been seeing quite a significant number of police visibility here around Nkandla, as well as the nearby towns such as Eshowe. So one would presume that police are now, in a position to, to conduct that operation of arresting the former president if he does not hand himself over to law enforcement authorities. But in terms of what is happening outside the home of the former president, I can tell you that members of the media are eagerly waiting to hear what is going to happen, and also awaiting whatever form of communication that may come or may not come from the Constitutional Court, because you remember that lawyers representing former president have since written to the Constitutional Court, specifically to the acting Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, requesting him to say that the arrest that is pending must be put on hold for now, pending of course that application that his lawyers made to the Pietermaritzburg High Court. We know that Judge Mnguni is going to hand down that decision on Friday, Peter.
I'm hearing singing in the background. Are there civilians, supporters of the former president there present?
Very few, Peter, I must tell you, compared to the numbers that we have been seeing throughout the week. From where we are, I would say that it's perhaps a gathering of not more than 10 people that we can count from where we are. These people are presumed to be members of the local community here. And other than that, we don't see anyone, really coming here to support the former president. But members, of course, of the MKMVA continue to be stationed here and have been, consistent in sending out a message that says they will not allow anyone to actually come here and arrest the former president. A short while ago, we had an address by the suspended MKMVA spokesperson now, Carl Niehaus, who was saying that the MKMVA still stands behind the former president, and they think that if there was a political will, this situation that is unfolding now could have been, avoided. And Mr. Niehaus again coming out strongly to say that the MKMVA has taken a decision to say they do not accept his, suspension because MKMVA it really does not account to the ANC, Peter.
All right, and perhaps quickly, just how big is the police presence there? There are images and videos floating on social media at the moment suggesting that there's quite a presence. Is that what you've seen?
Where we are, Peter, I must tell you that there is no police visibility, at least from the point of view of perhaps saying that no marked police vehicles from where we are. But of course, we have been seeing those videos on social media circulating, and even our sources on the ground telling us that there's quite a huge convoy that is making its way into the home of the former president. But up to now, we have not seen those police arriving here, and up to now again we don't see any police officers around the home of the former president. It's only the members of the media as well as those few supporters that are just across the road, Peter.
Simphiwe, thanks very much indeed. I'm sure we probably were going to chat again a little bit later this evening.